It was around 3 AM last June. I was on Skype with this cute girl I had met on a forum about a month ago. We were discussing strange things that had happened to me recently. You know, doors shutting, lamps turning on and off, objects falling from furniture and stuff like that. She was talking about a ghost or perhaps a poltergeist, an entity that might have had fun with this kind of stuff. But even though I felt paranoid, I was paralysed by the slightest noise, I still didn't believe in these kind of stories. Well, at least that's what I've told myself. Something I knew I'd regret sooner or later. I was in the dark and I felt a little uncomfortable after our long debate on the subject, so I decided it was time to freshen up. I got up and entered my bathroom and then washed my hands to make sure the water wasn't too cold. I stared back at my reflection for a moment. After a brief hesitation, I bent over and splashed water all over my face. But then I felt something unusual, like a strange airflow. I looked behind me, and the door was closed. Did I shut the door when I entered the bathroom? I couldn't remember. I took a towel and proceeded to dry my face, unable to see a thing. While doing so, I heard a knock on a glass-like object. At first I thought it was coming from the mirror, but there was nothing except my reflection staring back at me. So I put the towel back on the towel holder and opened the door. But then I saw something in the corner of my eye and heard a little noise, like something had moved directly behind me. I quickly looked back at the bathroom. At first I looked at the mirror, but then I noticed the towel was on the floor, right in front of the bath. I was about to pick it up, but as I approached, I felt more and more uncomfortable. I could not stop staring at the shower curtain. Then I heard a second knock, the same as before. But I realised it wasn't coming from the mirror, or even the bathroom in general. So I turned around and headed back to my room, leaving the towel on the floor. Now almost back to my bed, I felt like something was watching me. I looked through the window, but there was nothing there. I sat down at my computer and asked my buddy if she had heard anything knocking at the glass, or if it was her. Yes, I did hear it, she said. Do you still not believe in poltergeist stuff? I admitted having doubts about what I told her earlier. She then got up and said, "I'll be right back," and left the room. She left the door slightly open, which made me uncomfortable for a moment. But then I heard the noise again, a knock on the glass of my window. I felt too paranoid at first and dared not take a look. I thought it was my imagination, but it knocked a second time. I looked up from my screen only to find something was standing still, behind my window, staring, grinning. I almost felt like it was laughing at me. My monitor was the only light source in the room. I could hardly see its face, but its smile petrified me for a moment. After a few seconds, I heard a door open and footsteps. I could barely catch my breath when I heard, "Hey, I'm back." I looked back at the screen and understood it was only my buddy that got back on her computer. I told her I had to show her the thing that was staring at me, but it faded away before I could rotate my webcam. "Did it really scare you?" she said. "I thought you didn't believe in those things." Her reaction made me curious. Why was she so excited about this? I was so lost in my reflection, but I thought I had imagined what she said next. "Boo," said the ghost, and he disappeared. Before I could even react, the screen went black for a moment. It soon returned to normal, but something different was on the screen. It wasn't the excited girl's face anymore. I saw a man sitting on his bed, facing the computer. In fact, the scene was very familiar until I recognised it. It was my bedroom. On the verge of panic, I was still able to notice something odd. The angle from which this was taken, the image of my bedroom, it was as if something was right outside my window, filming that exact moment. I looked through my window for a second before turning around to face my screen again. The delay let me see me stare back at myself through the webcam. The screen went back to the girl I've been talking to for the past month, except this time she was in near pitch black. She got closer to the camera and didn't do much for a few seconds. Still frightened from what had just happened, I didn't move, waiting for her to say something, but she remained silent. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand until she started grinning. Okay guys, well that was Boo Said the Ghost. It was a little creepypasta for today. I had to change this story slightly because I think it was written by somebody who didn't speak English as their native language. So some of it was a little bit difficult to decipher and some of it didn't really make perfect sense. So I've sort of changed certain sentences around to make it seem a little bit more, sort of natural. But yeah, it was a good story. I think it was quite chilling. I always find webcam stuff quite creepy. And so the stuff with the guy looking through the webcam at this girl he was talking to and being watched from outside his window by another camera, that was really creepy. I thought that was really well done. It wasn't the best story, but it was short and sweet. And I think as far as creepypasta readings go, this one was sort of average, but I think it has a spook factor for sure. It definitely wasn't that scary, but it definitely had a creepy element to it. Either way guys, I hope you enjoyed it today. Let me know if you did in the comments section below, and of course give this video a like if you did enjoy it as well, and subscribe for more videos just like this one, as well as other horror related stuff. And on that note guys, I will bid you farewell for this video, and I will see you on the next one.